Yo, what's up aliens? AHEE here. So today I wanted to do this more like vlog style video where it's like more off the cuff and I'm creating a song from scratch and showing y'all how I do it and just in a little bit different format. So check it out. Someone asked me, what is it that, like, how do I get inspiration for a song? And one of the ways I get inspiration for a song is by having a purpose for the song to exist, you know? And so, like, a lot of the times I like to have a goal for my songs. It didn't always be that way. Sometimes I'm just making stuff to make stuff. But sometimes, you know, I have a goal. And in this particular case, I saw that AC Slater was having a sample battle, and so I went and downloaded some of his samples, and yeah, let's open it up. Alright, so here I've downloaded the samples, and yeah, let's read some of these rules right now. It's gotta use all the samples, any genre. Alright, seems simple enough. Gotta upload it. Okay, so it's gotta get in by September 22nd. And it's the 20th today, so I got 2 days to do it. Let's try it. We got to use it. Ooh. Classic AC Slater bass sound. Alright, so these are just different notes. Alright, then some sort of Conga Loop there, and then some diva sample, a little chord right there, and then a little breath. Alright, we gotta make a beat out of this. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with this Conga Loop right now, and I'm gonna set it BPM to 128. I guess we're gonna make some house. Alright, so for this next little thing, I was playing around with it, and I was playing with that little chord pattern right there. Check it out. I got this little thing going. You know, that's like super chill, well, not with the Conga loop there. And the particular interesting thing, usually I do that dun 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 kind of pattern, but I went and took the very first stab here and I reversed it. So this that's the forward, and the first one's reversed. And so yeah, I did that by hitting this reverse button down here in Ableton. So yeah, it's just got that cool wham bam bam wham bam bam. All right, let's keep working on it. Alright, so next I've taken this Conga loop and I've pitched it down 15 semitones. So it's just got this like underwater kind of sound to it. It goes well with the aesthetic of that reversed stab. Yeah, that underwater vibe right now. Got the lights going, you know, giving me that vibe. Alright, so next I've put the vocal sample here in Granulator 2, which is a Max for Live device here in Ableton, and I've automated it so that way it goes from this like stuttered effect and then it swoops down into like this interesting chopped loop. So let's listen to it. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I've put my little radio, AHEE's Radio Vox here on the Conga loop. Make a little intro. More underwater kind of vibes. And then having it slowly open up. Super low, lo-fi, chill kind of vibes. Let's see where it goes. Here I decided to make like a sort of a funkier kind of that kind of beat, but along with the hi-hat, hi-hats from house style, maybe a little garagey, you know, and a little clap. But together, along with those stabs and whatnot. Oh yeah, I had a little riser right here. Check it out. So it just goes, and then into the groove. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then also I added in this higher sound, so I just like took these same stabs and then I upped them by octave here with the transpose button, and so when it drops into it, it sounds like starting to groove right now. All right, let's keep on working. All right, so a lot's happened since a minute ago when I was filming. Okay, so check this out. I found a breakdown section that I really liked, and I added it. I took the sample of that the bass sound, that sound right there, and then I'm not sure if you can hear it on the iPhone speakers, but it's like that low wobble, and yeah, I just added that in. I took the hi-hats and I kept on repeating them, and I added this like cool down like effects noise right here, but then also I added in the final sample that, but you'll see here in a second that it works really well with this groove. Let's check this out. So here's the new breakdown section. There's the bass. Oh yeah, and then added in that open hi-hat and then this snare build. There's the drop. Oh yeah, right there. There's the let you. I added in the chop, which is basically the audio version of that thing. I rendered it down, and oops, yeah, there we go, and just found a little pattern there that I really liked. Yeah, so let's go back and dissect this drop pattern. So this is the same sound. Okay, so right here before the drop, I basically took one of these bass sounds right here, and I copied it over, and then I warped it a ton by making sure it's in warp mode, complex pro performance all the way down, and then I stretched it out so that doubled the length, and I doubled the length again. I kept on doubling the length until it was that, and then I put it in tones mode, turned up the grain size all the way, and then it gets like this weird kind of glitchy effect. You know, and that's what I did right here, right before the drop. But then also I added in this utility right here, and I have the bass panning, which I don't normally do in a lot of songs, but this one I was like, I wanted something special to happen right before the drop, so that's what happened. Yeah, and so this is that same bass sound as this one, and then I took a couple of the other samples in that same thing, and I found this thing. I pitched it down. I tried to find this cool pitch, and so it's like this weird. So it's like dun da dun dun dun, and then so that's like the call, and then this is the response. So to get this response, I just took this same bass right here, and I just added in. Let's see here. I gotta click show fades. So I added in fades here to create like a wub effect. So like, you know, and I don't know if you've ever seen me in Serum, but you know, I create an LFO shape to do this sort of thing, but here I just use the fades to actually do it, and then I pitched, so that one's one, and dome, so it's like going down in a sequence. So it's boom, ba-dum, ba, boom, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. So actually this is the cool thing that I learned from studying AC Slater tracks, is that every call and response is like very similar, but there's something different about it. So this ba-dum bum is the same as this ba-dum bum, but this one has the ba-dum bum bum. This one has ba-dum bum bum bum. Yeah, and then the pitches of these go, instead of just going down, it'll go down and then up and then down again. Yeah, so it's like this interesting call and response between these two. Let's give these a listen just by themselves. Oh, and so in this third time, I wanted another thing, so I did that same technique where I stretched it out, but then also I pitched it up a ton, so you can see I have it here in tones mode with the grain size up, and so it creates this little glitch right there. So in the pattern, it sounds like. And then this spot is the spot that I left blank to have these sort of be the main focus, those vocal chops right there. Here, there. Yeah, and that's the drop. Alright, so I realized I needed a bit more of an intro for this song than just straight into that melodic thing. So I went and took the drop beat and the just this conga loop, and I layered them together so it's like the poof, the kick and clap, and then this like super minimal percussion loop. And then I took the datu vocal sample and I stretched it out a ton. I kept on doing that technique where I you know, stretch it out and then put it in tones, but then I'd like stretch it, I'd render that by hitting Apple J and then doing it over and over. I think I did it like 3 times until I just got this like little sound here. Let me turn off the effects, and this is what the sound sounds like. And then I put some reverb and some ping pong delay on it, and so it's this like ghostly ambient sound. Yeah, it's just like super vibey. And so along with the beat, it's just like a really good ambient intro. Here, let me play from here. You know, super easy to mix from something else into this, and then it'll go into the, you know, just it's a little bit more house, you know, format structuring the song. All right, let's keep on going. Okay, so it's been about an hour since I started this idea. We've gotten a lot done so far. I think really having, like I said at the very beginning, having a goal for your song really helps like the brain going and be like, oh, this is what I need to achieve this goal of trying to make this track, you know, like Night Bass, in case my personal goal in this project. So now I'm gonna take a break, take a smoke, and see how my brain changes and maybe get a different perspective on it. You know, you don't need to for yourself, but just like you could take a break after a while once you've got an idea going, you know, come back to it, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so let's listen through what we got so far. All right, and then I like took the beat and then added in the Rave Stab with it. And then I got to figure out how to take this into the second drop. All right, so I just made the second drop, and how I did that was I took like the breakdown from the first section and I copied it over again and then built this new build up also with this same bass line right here. Oh yeah, but it's got the stabs over it. But then I do one more. I do this drop right here that goes back to the original version of that bass line, but it's over the kick drums and whatnot. And then I do another small little build right here, and then I go into the first drop again. But then also, I forgot, during this section here, I added in these little vocal chops. Let me solo them. Listen to that. Yeah, and then it goes. Yeah, and so then I then repeat that over the first drop idea, but that's now the second drop, and then I just repeat this whole section, and then it's got a little outro right here that's pretty much like the intro with those little ambient things, but it's a little bit different because like the hi-hats and whatnot are fading out, or the Congo beat. So yeah, let's give this section a listen as well from this breakdown. So let's listen to that. So it's got the two octaves, those stabs, with the vocals on it. And now, also, oh yeah, I made the snare build longer for this one. And then, oh yeah, I made this other glitch right here, check it out. Yeah, so there's the little, oh yeah, I kept the ambient stuff in there. Sort of spooky. And then, yeah. Layered that Congo in. And so it's like everything started disappearing here. You see it's fading out right there. There's a little ambient bit. But yeah, pretty cool. The whole song structure is there right now. Yeah, and I think I might sit on this until tomorrow, and then sort of come back to it and sort of see like what parts I liked of it, what parts I didn't, and just have a fresher ear when approaching it. And then after that, I'll probably think about mixing some parts of it. But yeah, it's pretty cool so far. Pretty stoked on it. Alright, what's up, aliens? It is the morning now, and I listened to the song again, and I still really like it. It's got a great structure to it. It's got a lot of fun, little interesting moments in it. I think now what I'm going to do after listening to it is sort of go through and clean up some things. Like I noticed there's like these clicks and pops in certain areas. I think maybe there's something that's like not zero crossing or something like that. That's when the speaker jumps from either a forward or backwards position to the middle all of a sudden without like a smooth fade. And yeah, just go through, figure out where those things are, and then also I'm going to take all the elements that are just sort of scattered throughout the project at this point, and then I'm going to go and put them into the groups right there, just to like clean everything up and give everything its sort of sonic space, so that way I can do some group processing later. All right, I'm going to do that. So far I put everything in their little groups right here. And also I noticed that clicking was coming from this little stab group right here. And so I put this X click on from Waves, and here, if we listen to it without it, can't hear those clicks. It's just on the very first ones. And so yeah, I put on the X click right here, and if we open it up, you can actually see the little clicks, and so I just turned up the threshold and turned up the shape a little bit. You can see it attenuating those little clicks. Yeah, and now you can get rid of the clicks. Super useful. Next, I also took the vocals, just this little section right here into the build. I just chopped off like the tail end of the vocals, and then I put a really long reverb, really long decay time, turned up the diffuse a lot, and then also made it so that way the high end reverberates. And yeah, and I switched it to high quality mode. And so yeah, it's just this you know, transition effect. Yeah, helps transition from this section to the build. And then the other thing I've done so far is I've added in the sidechain trigger. So I haven't been doing any sidechain, so I just grabbed a blip of white noise, and I do this on almost all my tracks. So it's actually I gotta unmute this. Okay, cool. So it's just that little click, but then I silence it here, so it's muted. But then I'm sending this to the like the bass group right here. You can see it's got the sidechain compression, and these are my settings that I use. And yeah, it just works really well. Next I might do some mixing. We'll see where we go from here. I'm liking this track. All right, I've been working on it for a little bit. Let me show you what I've done. So first I've added in some more cymbals and crashes, and just these like little reverse cymbals. So I'll play a reverse into the cymbal. And you hear it's sidechained as well. And then just these, I've added them like right onto the second build, just to make the second build different than the first one. Yeah, and so like that's that. So it's like these just minimal effects, and then also here in the vocals, again to make the second build different, I also took that one vocal chop from over here and I just repeated it quite a bit in this section to treat it like a build. It's got all that reverb on it, and then yeah, just sort of sounds funny by itself, but along with the song, it actually works really well. I also decided to take out the chord stabs for this section. I just muted them for there, just because it was a little too busy, and then I reverted the bass line back to the original bass line, just so that way it retains that vibe. So this is what the new second build sounds like. Oh yeah, and also I got rid of the uhs here, just to like, again, make it simpler, make things very clear in specific areas. Also, for the drop, like the actual funky bass line bit, I went and EQ'd some of the basses here, and I did that by throwing a tuner on there. So for like these little wobble bits right here, solo it. So yeah, see, I got a tuner here. So I looked at those notes, and then I came over here to my frequency chart. And so here I can see, okay, so A flat, which is also G sharp, is 51.9 hertz, G is 49 hertz, and E is 41.2 hertz. And so here in Ableton, I went to the EQ and I'd type in those exact frequencies here, and then I'd turn up the Q all the way, so that way it's only affecting that single frequency, and then I'd turn up the gain a little bit and just sort of look here and span. And the reason why I was turning up the bass notes is that without the EQ, let's see if I turn the EQ off. Also, I was boosting the highs there, even though there's very little highs in it. I just want to bring it out a little bit. You'll notice that the subnote is quieter than the upper harmonic. See, these bits are a little bit higher than this, and I wanted the sub to be louder. And so now with this EQ on, when you look at it, we can see that the sub is now higher, and that just works better on the dance floor. Yeah, so I went and did that process again with these basses here. Also, this particular frequency right here, this 248, it was just way too loud here in span. Or let me turn off the EQ again. So let's look at it here in span. Look how high that goes. That was just too much for me, so hit the EQ and lowered that exact frequency, and yeah, much more manageable there. And yeah, it just sort of brings out the high, all this EQing, it brings out the high end of the bass, yet and brings out the sub, and just sort of tames those mids, and that's what. Yeah, it's just going to sound way cleaner on a large system. If we ever get to do that again, yeah, we will eventually. But oh yeah, and then the last thing I did, I just raised the EQ on this top drums group, which is like all the hats and the Conga loop and whatnot. Yeah, and that's what I've done, and I'm very happy with it. I think I'm going to sit on it for a little bit longer, come back to it later, see how I feel. All right. Oh, aliens, it is Tuesday, so it's been another full day since I last worked on it. And when I was listening to it today, I just wanted to add some like final finishing touches. And so what I did was I noticed that I still heard a few more clicks in this Conga loop, because I think what it was is when I pitched it down by all those semitones, it took this like artifact that was in there and turned it into the audible range. And so what I did to get rid of that is that I added all this volume automation for like these super tiny little, you can actually see the click right there. And so yeah, I just turned down the volume of the track just at these little clicks, and it just, yeah, it made the track sound so much smoother that way. And then also, what else did I do? I added in these, yeah, they're right here. They're like these reverb hits. Like it's a metallic reverb hit, and just like acts as a nice splash into this new section. And then also during the drop, I added in these little, oh wait, actually they are, where I put them, I think they're here in the vocal section. Yeah, here they are. I put in these like bleeps and whatnot. So they're a little like, that's from a Sputnik, a recording of Sputnik. And then just like little, other little bleeps and stuff like that. Because I added in a new vocal as well. This guy. Because I felt like there needed to be a pre-drop vocal, and I didn't really have that before. And also I added it here at the beginning of the track, sort of like in the intros. It's like, and how I got that effect is that I'm EQing out the high end quite a bit, and I have the reverb all the way up that's got a pretty short decay. And then I'm automating the reverb so that way it's all the way up during these verses, and then right before the drop, the vocal, all the reverb disappears on the vocal. Verses. Yeah. Oop. Solo. Yeah. So yeah, that was another fun little thing that happened out of this. And did I do anything else? I think that's about, oh yeah, here on the master, I added in this plugin called Gullfloss that's like this like artificial intelligent EQ, and so it just helped brighten the sound a bit and just gave everything a little bit more dynamic. So without it, you probably won't be able to tell. It just gives it more time. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this. I'm gonna submit it to the AC Slater contest, and we'll see what happens next. Yo, so I listened to the AC Slater live stream, and I did not end up winning the sample challenge. But, you know, that's okay. It's a little bumming, but, like, that's just like, you know, we just always want to win, you know? But also, like, the point of making music isn't to win. It's the joy of creating the music. And so I felt like at first I was like, should I put this video up? Like, it would have been cooler if I had won, and just to, you know, that would have been a cool story. But then I realized, you know, this is actually even better because I get to show y'all, you know, I've done so many contests and done so many you know, challenges and things, you know, and sometimes I've won, sometimes you don't win, and that's the thing, is like everyone's tastes are so specific. I ended up getting like I was one of the finalists, but still, it's like yeah, music isn't about winning. It's about creating and enjoying those creations, and also just like getting better. And also it was fun. I think I got to, you know, I learned a lot of things in the process of making the song, and also just making this video as well. And I just wanted to show y'all that life goes on, even if this one particular track didn't do what you expected it to do. You just have to keep on making tracks. And as an artist, like, that's how you get better. And that's how you stay mentally sane through all this, is that, like, if you were to be like, I need every track of mine to do like the best thing ever, then it's just, you know, it's like that's an unrealistic expectation. And in the world of making music, you know, there's so many talented people out there. They're all making all sorts of different kinds of things. And you just have to celebrate that, and that you're one of those people, and that, you know, we're all growing in this process. And so, yeah, now I'm just outside enjoying nature, chilling in my hammock. Was working in the garden earlier, and I'll probably go back and make some more music here soon. But yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that and finalize the story, and you know, move on from here, make some more dope music. I hope you like this. If you did, please be sure to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you like this style of video. I might do it again if y'all comment, and let me know if you enjoyed it. Also, by the way, before I go, I have a new track that's going to be dropping today, tomorrow. It drops on Thursday. It's called Underground. It's with some friends of mine. They're doing a compilation. Their company's called Low Freak, and yeah, it's like this experimental banger tune. Definitely go check it out. I'll provide a link below where y'all can get that. And then this Friday, I also have a collab with another friend of mine, Equanimous. That one's more of like this like beautiful melodic journey kind of tune, sort of cinematic, but semi future bassy as well. And yeah, it's going to come out on Gravitas Recordings. All right, and I'll provide a link where y'all can pre-save that here as well. And yeah, till next time, for real. Peace, aliens.